Um, okay. Oh, I didn't talk about why I have a fucking chipped tooth in my last video about me. I'll just do it now, I guess. So I meditate a lot. I've been working on like this Kundalini thing, I guess, where where the Kundalini is like where your energy, like Kundalini is like life force energy. And apparently like everyone has, a lot of people have like dormant life force energy just like sitting at the base of their spine. But like if you do certain yoga or meditation or breathing, you can like raise it up the spine and have some sort of spiritual ass experience, and it like feels amazing. It's like some, I don't know, oneness with the universe, full body orgasm, whatever the fuck, I guess. And then like your life is like transformed and shit. So I've been kind of working on that. I haven't had it yet, but the other day I'd smoked some weed, and I was standing there with some guy who smoked me out, and then I started having like, it felt like a Kundalini thing was about to happen, and then I kind of like momentarily lost consciousness, and then I was standing and I just like fell forward onto my face, and I didn't brace myself because I like lost consciousness. I was just like I just felt so much pleasure happening in my body, like I just totally lost myself, and fell over, and then I like busted my lip and my chin and my tooth. Anyway, so that's that. But the lesson that I learned from that is, I think, or what came to me, I guess, is like, that I think I'm maybe spending too much time meditating and smoking weed, probably. Or maybe like hanging out with people. I don't know that. And the message I got was like the idea that I got was like, okay, I should probably just be like putting in work into whatever my shit is that I want to do. And like not meditating so hard, and because I was spending hours and hours, like all day sometimes. So I mean, I wasn't smoking weed that much around that time, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, the dentist said that they might be able to. I'm waiting on approval from, like, I don't know, the dentist or the insurance or something to see if they'll fix my tooth. But yeah. Anyway, so this tooth. Anyway, so then, what do I want to talk about? I mean, I guess I might as well talk about that stuff. Yeah, sure. So, all this spiritual stuff and meditation and stuff, like it's definitely life-changing, and like, can very much, benefit a person. But I think that depending on the person, one can use it as a defense mechanism, against, what their actual like purpose is in life. Like, it can help you toward your purpose, or it can distract you from your fucking purpose. Which I think that's where it was going for me. And not to say I'm gonna like stop fucking meditating, but like, meditation doesn't have to be, just sitting there for however long. Like, if that is what you're trying to do with your life and becoming a monk or whatever the fuck, then that's what you're doing. But I don't think that's what I'm here to do. Because like, I noticed that just like when I ask myself, like, or like when I think to myself or feel myself out, like what I'm want to do with my life, like I don't want to just be a monk. Like I want to like still be in the world. Like I'm not completely done with the world. Um, maybe later on in this life, or maybe the next one or something. But for now, like I still have shit that I want to do in the world, like give to people, you know, stuff, be with people, commune with people, you know, experience more, you know, give away art and music and shit like this. I still like sex and like love and friendship, so I'm not trying to like renounce all that yet. Um, so, and like food, yeah, and like being vegan feels better, but sometimes I still want non-vegan things. Anyway, okay, so yeah, um, I think that spirituality and meditation can help toward your purpose. Like it can help you get into a zone, but I mean, so does doing your purpose, like getting into a flow state and whatever. I mean, it's all kind of the same thing. Like, there's just different ways of doing it. Like, because with, like, you know, speaking specifically about meditation and all that, like, um, like, it's just a different way of being present, and focusing and watching, just observing life happen, yourself, and just physical reality and non-physical reality. But like, I feel like when you're doing your purpose, like that happens too there, possibly even in a better way, like in a more like aligned way. Like you could, like, you just feel it more. Like I notice that when I sing sometimes, like I can get more into a feeling of like letting, like a let go feeling, than I do when I'm just sitting in meditation. And it can vary, I guess, but yeah, so that's kind of a clue that like, okay, I should be like singing more. And I think meditation and spirituality can like I said, help all that. It can, especially like for me, where I was living a life before where I wasn't doing my purpose and the things that made me really feel me authentically. And so I had to figure out a way out of that. And I had to like get more control over my mind. I didn't know any other way to do it. I could have just like started, I guess, doing my purpose more, but that idea didn't cross my mind. I just went straight to meditation, and I was like, oh, that'll help me get to my purpose. So it can be used like that. Like, I think it's basically getting to authenticity, and how best you can do that. And I'm like staring at myself. I'm trying not to like break eye contact with myself. So, okay. So, is interesting. Man, this fucking eye contact thing. Okay, anyway. So then, it's like weird because it's like myself. So I'm like watching myself. It's like, I can't, it's like I'm not like noticing a reaction in someone else. It's like I'm just watching myself in real time do what I'm doing. This is good though, I think. Anyway, and it's new, so that's good. Okay, so then, so it can be used to like get you more into your authentic self if like you don't have any other way. So that's nice. I suppose I could have just done it by like doing my purpose. Like, I mean, I was working as a nurse at the time, and I was like really like so caught up in other things and just like doing other things that I was like, there's something wrong in my mind and I need to figure that out. And like doing music, even making music was like, and being creative was like, it felt so, like the thoughts that I had around being creative and stuff like that felt forced and pressured, because it was like, I have to do this so I can change my life around, and it wasn't fun anymore, and I just had to get the fuck out of that. So I suppose the thoughts around my purpose and my mind were fucked, skewed, based on, you know, certain programming and shit I learned about life thus far at that time, that were like, okay, like the purpose of my purpose is to fucking make money, and that was fucked. So like it stopped being fun. And so I suppose meditation and all that like helped me get to a place where I could like sort all that out in my mind and realize like, okay, I can live a life where I'm enjoying myself, and that's a better way to do it, and that's like a better way to produce and do my purpose and give to people, not just like for fucking money and fucking survival, but fucking like because it's enjoyable for me. Yeah. And like it can be enjoyable to create your thing and give it to people, and that's it, however it's received. So it feels like I'm talking to myself, like I'm telling myself this shit. That's cool. I'm gonna get closer. Okay. Anyway, so then what? So that's like one way you could go about it, or that's one way it could be helpful, because sometimes like the mind can be so fucked, I suppose, that like even trying to live your purpose and see it is skewed and fucked. So, which are barriers to, you know, to doing it. And there's a lot of things getting in the way of that, like survival. But like what I've realized in my life is that, you know, what we're getting to now, you know, in the world with, or what's becoming more prevalent is, you know, manifestation and all that shit, like spirituality and creating a reality and like how it works scientifically. This is where I'm getting at. This is what I want to get at. Or do I want this to be another video? Because what was this video? I chipped my tooth. How spirituality can be a distraction, or meditation can be a distraction, or like a defense mechanism. Yeah, I guess I could do a different topic in my next video. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, well, to finish this up, is that it? Maybe that's it. Is that it? I don't know, maybe more about defense mechanisms, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, okay, defense mechanisms, distractions. I think there's something there. I mean, essentially it's addiction, right? Like, addiction to comfort of some sort, even if it's not serving you in the best way that could be for you. So, and addiction is, I don't know where I heard this, but addiction is caused by loneliness. Like the underlying source, contributing factor is loneliness. And oh boy, loneliness and I, boy have we danced. Fuck. But so loneliness, okay. I mean, loneliness is like a huge thing in the world right now. Oh my god, I keep wanting to go to the next topic, but I want to stay on this one. I want to like flesh this out. So I'm still on this defense mechanism thing, and addiction. So I mean, essentially there's like, okay, let's use me for an example. There was like, I graduated, at the end of high school, I was like, I felt so fucking good about myself. Like, I was like ready to become a fucking musician and ready to just like, I wanted to be homeless actually, like I am now. Like, I wanted to like, just like fucking Jack Kerouac on the road, like just do that in America and fucking, I don't know, wherever the fuck, and just like make money playing fucking guitar on a street corner and just walk around and talk to people, and just like experience life, just experience fucking life. And then I told my parents and they were like, no, don't do that, like make money, like go get a job and go to school and make money and then maybe do that later. I was like, oh yeah, maybe they're right. So I went to nursing school and I did that mental health nurse thing. So loneliness, because loneliness, I mean, if you want to get all, you know, whatever about it, like next level, I don't know, meta, I don't know, like self about it, then like essentially like you're lonely because you're not being with yourself, like you're neglecting yourself, right? Yeah, what the other people thing, like not being seen or not being understood by someone else, like that's something, but like at the core, it's like it's always you, right? Like it's always you inside yourself, you know, everything in this life, right? So like you're neglecting yourself, you know, probably your inner child or whatever the fuck, which is totally what I was doing by like not doing, like essentially doing something that I didn't want to do. Like I didn't want to go into healthcare, and like I didn't want to go to school for that, like, and I felt emotionally and like psychologically like so fucked throughout all of that, like especially in the very beginning, like going to class and like being in nursing school clinicals and in class and shit, like total dissociation, which is not safe for a healthcare worker. Am I fucking cross-eyed right now? But I just fucking powered through because I was like, this is what I decided I was gonna do. And I even told myself at the beginning, I was like, I even wrote in a fucking journal, I was like, I'm going to turn off my emotions and my feelings so that I can do this. And like a magic fucking spell, that's what fucking happened. And now I'm on this recovery journey of like, feels like recovering my emotions and like my passion and like my vulnerability and all that shit. I mean, I think I'm a good way along, which is why I'm so like the way that I am, but there's fucking more, and might as well keep going. So loneliness, so like I was neglecting myself, and you know, you can like look back into my childhood to whatever that the fuck, how that started, or my ancestral traumas and what the fuck, but anyway, just part of my karma or whatever. So neglecting myself, so naturally I'm leaving myself alone. Like I left myself alone, and bulldozed right through that bulldozed right through my fucking inner child. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, inner child. I've got my fucking bulldozer and I gotta make fucking money and get a fucking job. So, fuck you. So that's what I did. And, so naturally, like, you know, everything is connected energetically and whatever the fuck. So, electromagnetically and fucking whatever. So that played out and manifested in the rest of my life in various ways. Friendships, not to knock you people, I love you guys, but you know, I wasn't true to myself, and like maybe you knew, maybe you didn't, whatever. So and then like relationships, I love you guys too, you know, not to knock you guys, you're wonderful women. And we had some good ass times, some not so good times. But such is life, right? So whatever. And yeah, there was just always something was always fucked in the back of my mind. Like, something here's fucked. Like, something's not right here. Something ain't right. So then meditation. That's where I got into meditation. Went to fucking Buddhist temple for a month in Thailand. Was it Buddhist? Probably. Yeah, it was probably Buddhist. It was called Wat Ram Peng in Chiang Mai. Totally recommend it. I mean, I don't know any other place, but it was good to me. Shout out Wat Ram Peng, which is like the name of the temple. And shout out Thailand and Chiang Mai. That was a nice time. And my friends there. Shout out to you. You know who you are. So I got into meditation. It really cleared my shit up. I mean, it still is. But you know, it gave me something life-changing, comforting, and like something that and then, you know, from there it's like manifestation and shit. I learned about that like a little bit later, and then it was like, oh, okay, well, so I can just use meditation and use my consciousness to change my insides, my mind and my imagination, and, you know, my worldview, my perception of things. And then, you know, you create the change on the inside, you become what you want on the inside, and then it manifests itself on the outside, right? So, but I think that's where, lack of taking action. God, whatever. God. So, yeah, hiding behind that for however long, and then not taking action, right? So I suppose here's the action. But I mean, I don't feel like, I don't want to say like it was a mistake or I took too long. Like, I don't like that idea. Like, I like the idea that like everything is happening perfectly and shit. Like, it happens, it's happening the way it's happening, and like, you know, feeling like it's like like mistakes. Like, I don't think mistakes. I mean, depends on where you're coming from, the context. Like, but like ultimately, like, there's no such thing as a mistake. Like, it's all life. So, you know, it's all perfect from that perspective. You know, even the worst fucking shit. So, and that's what I believe. So anyway, we're all gonna die anyway. So like, who the fuck cares? Like, we're virtually meaningless in ultimate existence. So like, do whatever the fuck. Anyway, so now, taking action towards the purpose, and like, I mean, essentially, it's like, it depends on you, right? It's like, depending on what you're doing, what you want to do, like, because if you don't want to be in the world, then you don't have to. Like, if that's not your thing, then you don't have to. If you want to, then that's your thing, and do it for however long it's your thing and however long you want to do it. And for me, I think I was using meditation to continue hiding away, and like prepare myself, and like still not ready, which I was talking about in the last video, like feeling not ready yet. And maybe I wasn't ready yet, and maybe I am now. Maybe I always was, or maybe not. I don't know, whatever. But so, but I like feel something now. I'm at a point now where it's like, I just care less and less about whatever happens. You know, the whole we're gonna die thing, and like, and also like identity and personality. Like, there's so much hiding behind that, and like, you know, so much invested in identity and personality, and like what that means, and like, you know, like holding so hard on to that, and that's not conducive to growth and change, which is growth, and which is more interesting to me, regardless of what happens, because we're all gonna fucking die. And also, I think the nature of consciousness is to grow and to change and to experience new things. And, you know, as difficult as that can be, but I think that's just part of it. Things aren't supposed to be not difficult. That's just part of it. So, yeah. So last night, as of last night, I've been on this idea of just like forgetting, like just forget everything. I was on this grateful thing. I've always been on the grateful thing. But then, like, from there, it was like, there was a video I listened to last night on YouTube that was from, I can link it or some shit. But like, essentially forgetting. How forgetting, it talked about forgetting and how it's like forgetting as a means for forgiveness, or vice versa, or both. Um, so I was like, okay, well, if I apply that to myself, which is what I always do, um, part of forgiving myself or like moving on from my past or from shit that I want to move on from is like allowing myself to just forget about it. And that kind of makes sense because it's like the ultimate way of like letting go of something. And it's not like forcing yourself or repressing it. It's like allowing it, like accepting that you can do that. And that's like, I feel like a form of self-love, like, and self-acceptance, like, and also eventually like if there's still emotional attachment to it, then you're not gonna forget it. Like it's going to be remembered somewhere in your conscious or subconscious, right? So like trying to forget about it when you haven't fully processed it is like, by that token, like impossible. But if you can actually do it and it works, then that means like, okay, you're good with it. So I guess it could be used as like an indicative tool. And also like, I like this idea of like imagining like if we lived forever, which we like do in a sense, but like say in this human form, in this like particular lifetime. Like if we lived forever, like say like 500 years from now, like I'm probably not going to remember, because now I'm 31, like I'm probably not going to remember like this first century of my life, like this first 100 years. Like, I mean, maybe, but like probably not. Like when I'm at 500 or when I'm in that century, I'll be like just on some other shit. So that's cool. Like it won't be a concern, and like to be concerned is like to be held back, I guess. So, you know, in a way, like to be worried about something still. There was a quote I heard today, or I read, about worry. I forgot it, so I can't say it. So yeah, that's about it, I guess, about loneliness and self-defense mechanisms and all that. Is that it? What was I even just talking about? I don't remember. See, I've already forgiven and forgotten. It's working. Anything else? So, yeah, it depends on what your purpose is. But I think you can have faith that whatever your purpose is, if you're doing it, then things will work out. And maybe you gotta meditate first. I don't know. You do you. You can figure your own shit out. I'm a proponent of figuring one's own shit out. Not necessarily without any help, but essentially it's always down to you. Like, it's your life. So, yeah. Okay, great. Bye.